July 11th, wallets open, no SnyderVerse, no problem. Welcome back, Super Friends. What's the hubbub? Just ahead of many people getting their first viewing of Superman, we're taking a high dive into the Snyderbros pool of hypocrisy. Reaction and rebuttal time. If mental gymnastics were an Olympic sport, Snyder groupies would be wearing gold medals and brooding about it in a rainstorm. They're mad because Superman isn't wearing a cape made of steel and gilt while slow motion walking through a tornado to Gregorian chants. Oh no, there's a long Lois and Superman interview scene. That is bad to add that much context to the movie. And until Gunn adds a 12-minute nightmare sequence involving Batman, a desert, and a psychic fish. These folks are not coming down from that moral high horse, even if it's getting eaten by a badly rendered CGI raptor. Zack Snyder riders, those noble defenders of dark palettes, slow-motion punches, and Jesus metaphors per square minute, are now suddenly acting like Rotten Tomatoes is the 10 Commandments only for Superman, while Jurassic World Rebirth sports low reviews, and they want people to see it though. Why? Because James Gunn's Superman is under review and they've got the popcorn and pitchforks out. Although they won't see it to judge objectively, they have reviewed it as bad from following minutes of footage religiously for a movie they won't see. Let's rewind. Back in the Snyder days, when Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman got critically dragged like Aquaman at a desert rave.
Did you bring water?
Yeah. No, sorry. I drank it all on the way here.
What?
Bro, it's hot up there.
These same fans said, critics don't matter, it's about the fans, they just don't get the vision. And what was that vision? Oh, just a Superman who said no one stays good in this world.
Or he has to die.
Clark.
No one stays good in this world.
And a Batman who brands people like cattle.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He branded them.
Art, obviously. Excuse me, what? You're fine spending $18 to watch a T-Rex do the cha-cha with a laser raptor in another mediocre Jurassic sequel, but you're boycotting Superman because he doesn't snap someone's neck to a Hans Zimmer bass drop? That's like saying, I'm not eating this fresh entree because I don't trust the chef, although I will eat this gas station sushi because I loved the first one in 1993. They're like, Rebirth looks mid, can't wait. Superman looks mid, never touching it. James Gunn personally insulted me with hope. Imagine proudly marching into theaters for what critics call the cinematic equivalent of dinosaur dropping guy.
That is one big pile of shit.
While refusing to give Superman a shot, because it might not be a slow-mo grayscale epic with 40% more brooding. If it's mid and Zack made it, art. If it's mid and someone else made it, treason. And let's be real, most of these folks haven't even seen Superman yet. They're just reviewing it with psychic pain from 2016. Meanwhile, they're lining up for a movie that literally looks like it was written by a velociraptor with a head injury. Rebirth equals may cause drowsiness, count me in. Superman equals might be okay, it's the end of cinema forever. At this point, it's not about quality, it's about who's wearing the director's chair. And unless that chair is 100% Snyder branded with grayscale upholstery and a Latin phrase engraved on it, they're not interested. But hey, enjoy Jurassic World, Painful Rebirth, and its sequel, Jurassic World in Search of an Epidural. And just don't trip over your own double standard on the way to the snack line. The exact people who said reviews are bought by Marvel and critics hate DC are suddenly like, if James Gunn's Superman isn't at least 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's bad. Excuse me, when Batman v Superman dropped with a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, y'all built a shrine and called it misunderstood Shakespearean tragedy. It's like watching someone who spent years saying calories don't count if you believe hard enough suddenly judge your salad order because it doesn't have quinoa. Snyderbros say, critics are irrelevant, it's all about the art. Also, Snyderbros, 5 minutes into the Superman embargo drop, if it's not all positive. Objection, Your Honor. The Metacritic score is low. Gunn must be stopped. Look, we all love what we love, but maybe don't weaponize the same thing you spent a decade ignoring. Otherwise, the hypocrisy is going to have more layers than the DCEU's timeline, and nobody needs that kind of chaos again. Justice for consistency. No, they're also out here hyping up Jurassic World, Rebirth, like it's the second coming of cinema, a movie currently rocking. Reviews that say, this dinosaur movie made me wish for extinction. Let's get this straight. Jurassic World, Rebirth, getting absolutely chomped by critics. Snyder fans, bro! Rebirth looks amazing. Critics are just haters. Also, Gunn's Superman has a leaked review that's bad ahead of the embargo, so it decides all reviews. It is the gospel now.
This is what you guys asked for. So let's take a look at the title and who wrote this review. All right, this comes from Nick Shagger from the Daily Beast. And his title of the review is Terrible New Superman is Final Nail in Superhero Cinema's Coffin. And I agree with this. Superman guy should be a slam dunk. And I'm not going to go into his whole review. It is long. You see when it says a 5-minute read? If I was to go through the whole thing, it would probably take about 15 or 20 minutes. And I'm not going to do that, but I did read it.
Oh, and let's ignore the positive counter review ahead of embargo also, which was good. That one must be false, right?
WB tried to take it down, but somebody did this on purpose. Somebody on the inside is trying to destroy this film because they're tired of the bullshit that this studio has been playing on the fans. And I believe the person that leaked this know what the fans are saying. They know about this wallet close movement. I mean, I'm pretty sure they know about me, Aaron Fisher, and the rest of the guys, the lethal geeks that's pushing this wallet close movement.
Mayday. So let me get this straight. When dinosaurs or Snyder movies get bad reviews, it's biased critics.
To work here didn't tell us everything that we need to know.
Look, this island was a laboratory of sorts. They conducted experimental work here.
What kind of experiments?
Crossbreeding of species, engineered entertainments, they call them.
Genetically altered freaks?
Any that were malformed or just too damn hard for anybody to look at, they left them here.
Well, that's inhuman. Why not just euthanize them?
The average cost of a created species is $72 million. What would you do? Kill it and have to tell your bank, or just carry it forward under R&D?
What would I do with mutant dinosaurs from an accounting perspective? Is that really the question?
But if Superman even gets good reviews, let alone bad ones, suddenly it's mid-soulless or not Snyder enough. Are y'all okay? Did Darkseid scramble your moral compass? Even Jurassic Park, a universally loved movie as the original, sits at 91% and isn't viewed as perfect amongst the review gods aggregate. The logic is doing backflips like a Zack Snyder action scene. Critics don't matter unless I need them to matter, in which case they're the voice of God. I hate critics unless they validate my rage. Rebirth deserves love despite bad reviews because Dinosaur, Superman doesn't because he isn't Snyder's version. Meanwhile, these same fans used to post 5-paragraph essays about how Batman vs. Superman was ahead of its time, and critics were just intellectually unprepared for its grim, dark genius. Now, suddenly, if it's not perfectly reviewed, the scores will matter. They will be using Rotten Tomatoes like it's the Dead Sea Scrolls of cinema quality, as long as it helps dunk on James Gunn. You Snyder writers built an argument on not seeing Superman because you assume it's mediocre. You say, don't settle for mediocrity. You know Rebirth is mediocre, but still push people to see it though. Why? Because you feel it helps damage Superman at the box office if it does well. So it's, hey guys, watch this mediocre dinosaur movie to boycott Superman, which may be mediocre. We shall see how it goes, but I'm optimistic for comic book fans and the general audience seeing an optimistic Superman with a personality. As always, look up, not back. Wallets open. No SnyderVerse, no worries. Take care of yourselves and others.